day 17 of rereading my Bible, and the details of Old Testament law are fascinating. As I'm reading through the law that Moses was writing down as he was visiting the Mount of Sinai, I am finding that all the little details of how things were to be prepared for the tabernacle and for the priests and all of that all allude to a new covenant. Even though this is the old covenant, all those details are giving promise of a new covenant. Now, it would take way too long for me to go through and detail each one of these and what they mean, but here's my favorite one. Exodus 28, when talking about the robe that the priest was to wear, says you are to make the robe of the ephod entirely of blue yarn. There should be an opening at its top in the center of it. Around the opening, there should be a woven collar with an opening like that of the body of armor so that it does not tear. That's an important detail. Leviticus 21 further goes on to say that the priest should not dishevel his hair or tear his robes. So I looked it up, and the importance of the robe not tearing was because it symbolized his consecration and stability, so his legitimacy as the priest. But then when you get to the Gospels, and Jesus is talking in front of the Sanhedrin, and he basically tells them that he is God incarnate. The priest who's hearing him tears his robe in grief over the blasphemy that he thinks that Jesus has spoken. Then fast forward, the crucifixion happens, and when they have taken Jesus down from the cross in John 19, it says they also took the tunic, which was seamless, woven in one piece from the top. So they said to one another, "Let us not tear it, but cast lots for it to see who gets it." So as the priest is illegitimizing himself as a priest and doing what is commanded not to be done as a priest, tearing his robe, Jesus in his death and in the treatment of his robes is showing his legitimacy as our high priest. And ultimately, this is showing the ending of the old covenant and the beginning of a new covenant. So again, these details of how they were to prepare the tabernacle and their sacrifices and all of that, all those details have a meaning that all points to the eventual new covenant of the New Testament.